Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. Thank you very much for joining me. You are always most welcome. Well, something different today. Our good friend David lent us a couple of interesting kits, and here we actually have a pair of them. We've got a pair of Mig-19C Farmers, which is the NATO designation for them, from a kit maker in the Czech Republic called Kovozavody Prostejov. Now, I know that quite a few people have actually got these kits. There's a number of, especially Soviet era type aircraft that they seem to have specialised in. Here we've got the same basic kit but in two different schemes. So I'm going to open this one, because this is the one that's already open in terms of its bag. On the back, so it's 72nd scale obviously, and it's a Mig-19S, Kovozavody Mig-19S Farmer C. So zoom you in, and this particular one has got some very interesting schemes, including the East German air display unit. We've got the Indonesian top right here, the Indonesian air display team. We have got the Russian Soviet air display team, which is quite interesting colours on that one, and then we've got the Czech Republic's 9th Fighter Regiment over here. And on the other kit, as I say, they are both the same kit in terms of the actual model. And on the other variation of the kit here, we have got some very interesting artwork. Has this very interesting twin jet exhaust style. And here we've got basically the Czech Republic 5th Fighter Regiment, or the Czech Republic's 1st Fighter Regiment. So that one we'll leave unopened. This is the one we're going to concentrate on today. Should be interesting. The Czech Republic seem to make some absolutely cracking kits. They're a bit like Ukraine. They seem to be brilliant at this, you know. So let's have a look what we got. First of all, we've got some desiccant gel set just to keep the moisture out. Obviously, it's not going to be a big one, this, because it's quite a small model. Mig-19 is not a huge aircraft anyway. And we start off with our decals, which look very nice. And this is the one that's got the various display teams, and it's mainly the paint job that makes them look kind of sort of quite jolly and garish, and the actual markings are mainly fairly subtle, shall we say, modest. A few red stripes and lightning bolts and things. Then we have got our instructions, and it comes with, yes, it comes with a bit of history. That's good. That's good. Oh well, I'll give you a quick read of the history then, because I didn't think there was going to be any. It says the Mig-19, reporting name of NATO is Farmer, is a Soviet second-generation single-seat twin jet engine fighter aircraft, the world's first mass-produced supersonic aircraft. Mass-produced. I bet they made a few of these. It doesn't say how many, but I can imagine it's several thousand. It was the first Soviet production aircraft capable of supersonic speeds in level flight. A comparable US Century Series fighter was the North American F-100 Super Sabre. More on that soon. Which, although the MiG-19 would primarily oppose, although it would initially oppose, it was the more modern McDonnell Douglas F-4 Phantom and the Republic 105 Thunder Chief that it encountered most over North Vietnam. And it basically gives you, it gives you some technical data. So, maximum speed 1,000, was it in miles per hour as well? No, 1,452 kilometers per hour. 2 Termansky RD9B turbojet engines. Well, they're not turbojet, are they? Not actually afterburner, I don't think they. Takeoff weight, empty weight 5.6 tons. It's quite light, isn't it, really? That sounds light to me. And then we've got a length of 12.5 metres, a height of 3.8 metres, a wing area 25 square metres. Square metres? Yeah, square metres. Interesting. Carries a 23mm cannon and two 57mm cannons on the inboard wing. Right then. Now it's going to be quite brief, I think. Let's have a look at this. So we have got our little sprue tree map. And then basically we start off by building the two sides of the inner cockpit face and all the instrumentation. Then you're going to build in the sort of cockpit floor and bring in your seat. And I'm not sure if that's I think the seat, yes, it's actually a decal that's the seat belts in this case. And then you're going to bring all that together into the cockpit with the instruments, and then you're going to pop in your two sides of the fuselage halves. You've got your air intake at the front, and you've got your cockpit going on, and there's two different options under the cockpit I see. And then we've got the wings going in with the wing fences to be put on the top, bringing those wings in onto the fuselage, adding your two tail planes, horizontal stabilisers, and your jet exhaust. And then we're going to bring in very conventional stuff. We've got our guns going in on the inboard wing. You've got your gear going in, which look like they're in, some of it's in one piece. The nose wheel's all one piece. Bringing all that in underneath, and then there's showing you the stencil marks. That's quite helpful. Interestingly, they don't normally show that on the same page as the build, but anyway. And then the grey silver, that's strange the way it's jumping back and forth between stencils and construction, that's odd. And then you've got your weapons and stores going in here under the wing, and it shows you exactly how to fit those. So a very simple build, I think. We'll start off here with the canopy, which is in a little bag. Be careful here, careful. Let's have a look. So, there we are. Yeah, looks pretty decent for a 1/72 canopy, on one piece of course. It's a bit of a shame you can't have it open, but there we are. I suppose you could do if you want to cut it, but I don't recommend that. Then we have got our two sprues in grey plastic, and we have got a really they're always very graceful looking, these aircraft, aren't they, with their swept wing and swept tail. Yeah, very nice looking plane. It's got its air-to-air missiles, a very Sparrow Sidewinder style I should say, of missile, air-to-air missile. And then we've got our jet air intake at the nose, and we've got two exhaust jet exhausts there, which look like they're kind of slide moulded actually, because there's a bit of detail up the pipe, that's for sure. You should be able to see. And then we have got our fuselage, and we've got some, this is the internal fuselage detail. And then we've got some very, very nice panel lining and riveting. So it's all very finely done. Typical Czech Republic, isn't it? They do this detailing of the kits very, very nicely indeed. Injection moulding is fantastic. Onto the second sprue, which has got the very swept wing. They're really swept back at 45 degrees, these, aren't they? Or thereabouts. Top and bottom wing, and then you've got your horizontal stabiliser tail. And the undercarriage, we've got our, if you can see that, that's our tailpipe. And oh, I think there's a bit of a sink mark. Oh yes, there is actually. That's not so good. Can you see that? Sink mark right in the tailpipe. Is it on both sides? No, just on that side. Looks like it's just the starboard side. Bit unfortunate. Let's see if we get that a bit clearer for you. There, can you see it? That's not supposed to be there. Anyway, but apart from that, it's very clean. There's not really any flash to speak of. Got our drop tanks here, and various pitos and rails and pylons over here. And we've got some stabilisation strakes there at the back. Yeah, it's a really nice kit. Just that one bit of a flaw. That's quite a nasty bit of. See at this angle, you see what I'm talking about. In here, just inside there. It's just a little bit of a nasty one. That a bit awkward to get at as well. A little bit of a sink mark. Anyway, apart from that, I have to say it's pretty nice. Good detail. Got good detail on the inside of the main gear bay wells as well. It's a nice kit, and there's more detail on the actual the gear bay doors if you look closely as well. Yeah, it's actually very nice. I mean, there's that one issue. There's one issue. A little bit of work with a bit of putty. Soon fix it, I suppose, but yeah, it's just awkward where it is, that's all. But other than that, it's very finely detailed. It's got a nice finish to it. The plastic feels nice. Quite a nice kit, in fairness. So, score then. Well, it was probably going to get 9 to 9.5. I think 9's fair. Just one little glitch there with that plastic. It's slightly. It's just a shame. It's so beautifully sculptured, that piece, and then it's got this horrible sink mark right in the middle of it. It's just let this side down a little bit, but nice decals, good instructions. It's got good data. Quite like it. Quite like it. I wonder if the other part. I'm sure it will be. That will be in the mould. That sink mark. It's something to do with the way they're pulling it out of the mould. I'm sure they'll be identical. I will just check for my own inquisitiveness if it's the same on the other part as well. Indeed it is, exactly the same sink mark. Maybe it's a mould problem. Anyway, that's the other one, it's the Czech version. Very nice kits though, quite an interesting manufacturer. Some other one to look out for in the future. Kovozavody, Prostejov. Probably murdered that, didn't I? Anyway, I'm going to give it 9 out of 10. I think that's fair. Not particularly expensive kits. I think you pick those up for about £25 or thereabouts. Nice kit and interesting subject and quite well executed. So 9 out of 10. Hope you'll give me 10 out of 10 with a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Costs you nothing. Got lots of interesting other material coming up and in the recent past and the not so recent past as well. And don't forget to ding the notification bell and select all to make sure you get the latest updates. And until next time, I should say thank you very much for joining me, and please take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again soon, I hope. Thanks a lot, and bye for now.